Yeah, we could maybe get some other stuff going. Whoop. Getting used to this mouse deal.
Did you get a new mouse?
Well,
Get ready. Get set. It's the Project Ion Podcast with Kevin, Andy, Jim, and Kyle, bringing you opinions on life from a basement in Northwest Iowa.
Oh, come on.
I really don't think that a president can do much about that issue.
You are fake news.
Well, let's say it's a guy named Seats.
I made you skinny.
Man, this shit whack, man. We're gonna do a scam.
I want to save him until he goes through puberty.
How dare you?
Alrighty.
And we're live.
We are live. Yeah, episode 40-something. I don't know where we are.
40 and a few. We got to
Yeah.
keep punting, though, if we're getting close to 50. Because
Yeah, we
that's
do.
got to be a bonanza
Yeah, that's right.
of sorts.
Who knows what craziness is going to take place on episode 50.
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
T2 to fly in for the weekend.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Our fan.
We are all, yeah, our one fan. We're already like, yeah, 2/3 of the way through January.
I know. I can't
Time is
believe how
flying.
fast it's going, man. It's
Yeah, it's working. Okay.
yeah, we're working.
We're going. Is T2 in our audience? Or would you mind keeping an eye on the on the chat for us, sir,
Yeah, I
Andrew?
can do my best.
Thank you.
No, one watcher. It looks like that's me.
Well, speaking of T2, his war with the Wichita Eagle is continuing,
Man,
to my understanding.
When you say it like that, I can't help but picture T2 out on his front porch with a cup of coffee and his bathrobe, shaking his fist at the sky. Just no!
His status today
Hey,
on,
there he is. He's here.
on Facebook was no Wichita Eagle this morning. They had a 2-month streak going. I've been constantly torn between extending my subscription beyond Sunday only to support the local, quote, newspaper. I think that's maybe it, because I read about the Wichita Eagle, and we'll do it here later on the Wikipedia, but I think they're owned by some
Are they owned by
out
one
of state,
one
yeah,
of the
something.
corps?
I think so.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Just ruining the local news.
Yeah, but I guess he's on the fence with the Wichita Eagle because they're continuing to fail systemically. So
If they drop Sunday coverage, I mean, Sunday's newspaper day.
yeah, man.
Sunday's a great day for making a little breakfast, getting some coffee in you, and
Mm-hmm.
kicking back with a paper.
Deliver the damn paper to T2's house, Wichita Eagle.
And deliver it right.
Yeah.
When I lived in Iowa City, we got this, I don't even remember the name of it. It was the equivalent of the Shopper here in Esterville. So it came once a week, maybe twice a week, but it went to every house in the city in these terrible green bags where they would just whip it into the middle of the driveway
Yep.
where it would just sit.
Huh.
And I had a buddy who got so mad and called them many, many times. I don't want your damn paper. Like, don't send it to me. Don't drop it off my house.
Yep.
Well, we're gonna. And they kept. So he saved him for a few months. And then he just went downtown and, like, dropped him in the middle of the door in front of their office.
That's a great idea.
Continued to do that.
Yeah.
But now Tony's having the opposite problem. He can't
Yeah.
get a paper.
He's paying for a service that the Wichita Eagle is not providing.
Now here's the question. I mean, they made the paper, so they're just missing him. So maybe he's got a rogue paper boy.
Yeah, it could be. It brings up an interesting, like, a agency question from like a legality standpoint. They, hire the paper boy.
Who's
maybe.
liable?
Yeah, right. You'd think that delivering the paper would be under the purview of, the newspaper's responsibility for
Yeah, I think
getting the subscription there.
brass tacks. I think it all goes down to the top.
Yeah,
like
right.
any other profession.
It would make
if
sense,
your
yeah.
paralegal messes up, it goes on you, right?
Right,
And if
yeah.
my tech messes up, it goes on to me.
Exactly.
And Incompetent contractors, says Tony too.
There's the newspapers or the delivery boys are subcontractors.
Subcontractors
Yeah.
is what we call them now, because I'm sure they don't. It's not like Paperboy. There's not a guy riding a bike around. Well, there might be a guy, but I doubt it's a child anymore.
Yeah, it's probably a man child in his like mid 40s and
Yeah.
driving like a
Sweet beard,
got like a neck beard and sweatpants on and
bright orange hat,
Yeah.
blaze orange stocking cap,
like a skullet,
always.
you know, still living with his mom.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. So the Wichita Eagle.
In 1870, the Vendette was the first newspaper established in Wichita, and it operated briefly.
Look at
Then, 2 years later, the Wichita Eagle was founded and edited by Marshall M. Murdoch.
A Murdoch?
But yeah, look at this. This McClatchy company owns them, I guess.
Okay.
And
I mean, that's pretty good circulation. 48,000 daily, 102,000 on Sundays.
yes, indeed.
That's pretty. How big is Wichita?
I guess I don't know.
I think it's a pretty good size. I think it's a big town.
Yeah. Good grief. Yep. Oh, they're transferred the printing of the Eagle from Wichita to Kansas City.
The Kansas City Star printing line. I know exactly where that is.
Oh yeah.
He says Wichita is about Des Moines size.
Oh really?
So that's good. That's big.
Yeah, that is pretty big. Several 100,000 for sure.
Yeah.
Then, yep.
And it's weird that they would outsource the printing in a town that big. You know, the Register prints in Des Moines down by the airport.
Mm-hmm.
The Star is huge. It's right downtown.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if that's their printing or if that's just their office, but
Sure. Well, and then why would they do that? Probably just to
money,
get a better deal.
probably.
We can get it done for, you know.
The move eliminated 27 full-time, 47 part-time jobs.
Come on, Wichita Eagle.
Eagles just killing jobs.
Jeez.
So they hate jobs.
They don't like jobs. They don't like T2. Jeez.
It's the biggest city in Kansas.
Uh-oh.
6 days a
What
week.
happened here?
Print edition, which is kind of a thing you don't always find anymore. You know, a lot are moving towards even the Register. Does the Register do daily, or are they just online only and then a Sunday print?
You know, I haven't seen a paper,
My
a
folks-
physical Des Moines Register in quite a while.
My folks go buy one.
Yeah.
Sunday mornings, Mom goes down to the Hy-Vee and buys a Des Moines Register.
Mm-hmm.
Just because Dad likes the feel of a newspaper.
Yeah.
You know.
Every once in a while, it's kind of fun to
You
read
guys
through.
get the Journal down there? Anything fancy at work?
We get the Estherville News. We get some magazines, but
And the Snooze comes out once a week, right? Now? Thursdays
I
or
think
something like that?
Something, maybe it's twice a week. I don't know for sure. I can't remember. But
Yeah.
it's not a daily anymore. But they cut back. But 'twas ever thus. I mean, the newspaper is kind of a dinosaur
It is.
anymore. So
You know what I'm surprised is still kicking is magazines.
yeah,
Like, there's magazines down at the drugstore. That was one of Alan's big things. Was
yeah,
Tuesdays we got in all the new magazines, and we had hundreds
yeah.
of everything from like. And my mom was probably their biggest consumer. She would come in Tuesday afternoons like clockwork.
Get the
It'd get like 8.
yeah,
And it would be everything from, you know, Woman's World, the big popular ones, Better Home and Gardens, to like Thrift Store Magazine
yeah.
or Swap Meet Magazine.
Sure, whatever.
Every
yeah.
now and then, if it was slow on a Sunday, I'd go grab a Rolling Stone or
Something.
Sports Illustrated,
Sure.
or something like that to just kind of check out. But it's with the age of the internet and the pocket.
Well, I haven't had a magazine for like an
Yeah.
actual subscription forever.
Would you used to have subscriptions to?
I had a Playboy subscription in college. I
Nice.
had Guitar World.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else. I don't know. I can't. Laura still gets like People. I think.
Okay.
Maybe we
Sure.
get some magazines sneaking in here. God, that People stuff though, with like Us Weekly and.
Project Iron fangirls in the house.
Oh hey, what's up, fangirl?
Said hi.
Hey. But yeah, I don't know. I can't stand that crap.
See, I wasn't more of a magazine. I was more of a catalog guy.
Yeah, just like shopping.
Yeah, like getting
kinda-
the new East Bay catalog.
Oh yeah, looking at shoes.
That
yeah,
was always fun.
Mhm.
Or Shields always had a good catalog, and then there was always the weird ones that was kind of like Sharper Image. I
yep.
can't remember what it was called. It wasn't Sharper Image, but it had all the like
Gadgets
weird
and gizmos.
gadgets
Yeah,
and
good
like
stuff.
brain games and
Yeah, those are cool. Like the stuff you'd see in the back of the seat on the airplane.
exactly
Yeah.
Sky Mall.
Sky Mall.
Sky Mall.
Yeah. Well, I'm pissed at the Wichita Eagle.
Project Ion Fangirl subscribes to one magazine. What one's that? What do you subscribe to?
Yeah. Tell us.
Yeah.
Please put it in the chat so we
Put it in
all
the chat down here.
will say
Tony
it for the...
two's interested. So I mean, the Wichita Eagle, you know, a local paper's good. But
Mm-hmm.
I always enjoy reading. Like, I think the Des Moines Register has a really good editorial section.
Yeah.
I like reading editorials. I
The
don't-
opinion pieces.
Opinion pieces,
yeah.
yeah. I don't, because by the time I read a newspaper, I've already seen the article 7 times on Twitter and
Yeah.
thumbed through it on Reddit
Sure.
a few times. And
You know the story. So.
I know the 10,000 foot view, and if it's something that interested me, I already did a deep dive.
Yeah.
But the opinion pieces sometimes can be interesting, and
Sure.
of course the funnies,
Yep.
which have gotten less funny over years. But
That's true. Yeah, the funnies. It's been a kind of a downward slide, I would say, in the last.
since Calvin and Hobbes
Yeah.
stopped,
Calvin and Hobbes is
Calvin and
legit.
Hobbes super legit, man.
Probably the best, comic book strip thing ever.
Just so
yeah.
deep,
Yeah.
and I didn't get it.
No, yeah. I mean, it's got like return value. Like
Yeah.
any stage of life here, it's like, oh wow, I see this totally differently
Holy crap!
than I did when I was 10.
Calvin's super profound.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, no, Dad's got the like collection books,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll thumb through them every couple of years or so when I'm just
Yep.
sitting at his house and read through some, and I'm just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
holy crap, dude, Calvin is wild. Project Fangirl subscribes to 17
Okay.
magazine. I remember that one.
Yeah.
that was the thing.
Was that's like the I mean, this is gonna date me a little bit, but it's got the Backstreet Boys on it, or
Yes.
like
Yes.
the whatever
Pop.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
17, huh? Okay.
TTU says next time I call the Elbonian call center, I'll be sure to tell them that my lawyer will be in touch.
Yeah.
And then he likes Dilbert, Pearls Before Swine, and Bizarro.
Okay.
Are TTU's favorite
Funnies.
comics.
Yeah.
I like Dilbert. Dilbert was funny
Mhm.
about just the monotony of office work.
Yeah. Yep.
They even had a Dilbert crappy video game that I had on DOS. And you like running through the office and throwing pastries at
Oh,
people and
jeez.
stuff. Just awful.
Nice. Well, I don't have transition music, but we'll get there eventually. We got the new intro going, but we're gonna do it's a slight diversion of bad reviews. So these are some Amazon reviews that I found on Reddit that are kind of funny.
Oh, good.
Can you read that from where you are, Andy, or
Yeah.
not? I can read it if it's a little
Yeah,
tough
you
for
go
you to
ahead and
see.
read this one.
So this blessed water didn't work on my evil mother-in-law, and it's a 1 star. My mother-in-law is evil. Pretty sure she's possessed by a demon. I spent $9 on this blessed water with the intention of throwing this water on my MIL, which I think means mother-in-law,
Yeah.
in hopes of curing her of the evil witch that she is. Well, it didn't work. She's even more ticked off than before. Perhaps I shouldn't have yelled, "Begone, she-devil," as I threw this bottle at her. Or maybe this water was not actually blessed. So now, not only am I embarrassed, but my mother-in-law is also embarrassed. Seems how I did this during our children's birthday party. And now the kids won't stop screaming, "Devil, go away!" whenever they see their grandmother. Either this water isn't blessed or my mother-in-law needs a full-out exorcism. So beware, this holy water doesn't work on evil mother-in-laws. I'm off to find a local priest who's brave enough to rid my mother-in-law of the demon that has possessed her. Y'all pray for me.
That's funny. So, so they sell holy water on Amazon.
I guess,
huh?
yeah, that's news to me.
Interesting.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if it's sanctioned by the.
Yeah, it could be.
Catholics.
That one's too many stars. Yeah, this Reddit thing's got a whole bunch of. This was kind of funny. It was a Yabber ball, whatever the heck that is. I don't know.
Interesting.
So it's a 1-star. This Yabber ball is a very cute thing, indeed, but it's not suitable for children age 30 plus. The colors are a soft vibrancy that appeal to the eye. The noise they make is definitely funny. The downside, the dark evilness that lingers within these toys. It is the temptation that is held for any adult child who receives this as a gift. I'm not referring to anyone who's mentally handicapped, as they hold more maturity than the able-bodied and able-minded adult males that I have bought these for. I have bought this one and a blue bunny one. These two males are in their 30s, brothers. This yellow one was a birthday gift. The blue one was a Christmas gift. I have never, not ever in my life regretted buying a gift like I had with these. The noises that ensued, the manly giggles, the constant screaming of, please, for the love of God, stop. It felt like a war. Us versus them. Peace and quiet versus Yabber ball. Christmas movie enjoyment versus manly giggles. The horror. 10 out of 10 would buy again just to see the pure joy and amusement on the faces of the loved ones who received one. Caution, do not buy if you're prone to homicidal blackouts.
Strange.
Isn't that weird?
People spend the time that they spend on these.
I think reviewing is almost turning into like a modern art form because
Yeah.
some of these ones are some of the bad reviews that we've done so far are clearly like morons in the area that are pissed off because
dummy.
they got a shitty
Yeah.
sandwich from Burger King or something. You know,
that one was rough.
and they just have this like unintelligible gobbledygook, like I'm a sandwich, but like this stuff is like into troll territory, sort
Right.
of that.
But the thing is, how do the trolls get fed?
Yeah,
Like, do people reply to these?
yeah,
Or,
that's a
like,
good
they
question.
Just get
Yeah,
their jollies off of
just
like,
by doing the review. Yeah,
put
like
it out there.
like to try to walk that line between is this person serious or is this
Right.
like
Because for me, at least, I've always thought that the trolls need to be fed to
because they want the attention.
because because it's an attention thing. They want to get a reaction out of somebody, and they what they really want is replies. And
Yeah.
then they're gonna come right back and try to mess you up. But
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Project Iron Fangirl says "Holy Water" is a great song by Bon Jovi.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, me neither, man. I'm not a big Bon Jovi guy. We'd have to get Trevor in here.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
As
Trevor loves
far as
Bon-
like hair metal goes, I am fairly well familiar with the Def Leppard catalog thanks to
Yep.
Coral.
Oh yeah.
And then gosh, I don't know.
I
Otherwise it's sort of just like the
don't do 80s.
the standard staple hair metal radio play stuff.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about them.
Yeah.
I guess my dad liked REO Speedwagon.
Yeah.
You can kind of drift into some of that.
Are they hair metal?
Not
though?
really.
Yeah, I don't know.
Not really. They're kind of bubblegum pop.
Yeah.
Sort of like Catch-22 or Styx
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, where it's pop.
Yeah.
Rock.
They're not into that like chug
No.
super distorted and then because the hair metal stuff was all about flash,
Yeah.
It was the metal historians always say that they're the forks between like the Led Zeppelin people, like that were in
Bluesy.
and then the ones that were influenced by Led Zeppelin, and then the ones that were influenced by Black Sabbath, and
Right.
the Black Sabbath led to the Metallicas and the Slayer and the dark
Right.
stuff, and then the Led Zeppelin was more the flashy stage
Motley
presence.
Crue.
Yeah, wearing the tights
Have you
and kicking
seen-
around.
Have you seen their movie on Netflix they did? The Dirt?
This Motley Crue
About
or
Motley Crue's story?
Nope.
It's fantastic. Really, really, really well done.
Yep.
Because those dudes were nuts.
I bet. Yeah.
In their fame. Who's their guitar player?
Oh, geez.
I can't think.
Let's see. Vince Neil is a singer, right? Tommy Lee is a
Tommy
drummer.
Lee's drummers.
Nikki Sixx is a bassist, I think, right?
Maybe it's Nikki Sixx I'm thinking of.
I don't know of a guitar player in Motley Crue,
Maybe
truth
it
be
was
told.
Nikki Sixx I was thinking of.
Okay.
He's like older than the rest of the group. And,
Oh, yeah.
Like, brought in the heroin essentially,
Okay.
and like, led them all down that dark and evil path.
The primrose path of heroin, huh?
Yeah,
Of death.
Where they all end up.
Yeah. It's sad stuff, man. I mean, some of those are just like self-indulgence and excess to the nth degree, you know. It's pretty crazy.
Back in the late 80s, I saw Autograph live.
Okay.
It was the best night of my life. I won't tell you why. Winky face.
Nice.
Nikki is bass.
That's cool.
Get it, girl.
Alrighty. Let's shift gears here. We both been to grad school. It's something that I enjoy lording over our friends who haven't been to grad school.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a nice
You don't get it.
thing to remind people. It's like, yeah, maybe until you've done what I have. You know what I mean?
Dude, it was hard.
Yeah. So this is called the Grad Student Shuffle.
If this is going where I think it's going to be fun.
Okay, who's ready to do the grad student shuffle? Come on.
This guy's great. Look at those shoes.
Yeah.
Woo! That's a good size heel on a man.
Yeah. I'm digging the pants
And a
too.
vest.
Yep, vest. These look like maybe velvet pants. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be crushed velvet.
Yep.
Okay, let's start easy. Knock over your clean canteen. Now tell me about ghee. It's an Indian butter, and it's the only thing I have in my fridge.
You ever run into anybody like this in grad school?
Not in grad school. That was St. Olaf.
Okay.
Lot of yeah.
I ran into the obscure foodie a few times
Oh yeah.
in law school for sure. Yeah.
Some in Iowa City, I guess. Not too much. Because we did have a fair amount of just like average Iowans,
Mm-hmm.
but occasionally you'd get them in from Chicago or,
Yep.
and they'd be hipstered out.
Oh yeah.
Gotta.
Well, the kid I'm thinking of, he was from Pocahontas originally, believe it or not. So we sort of had that kind of, hey, yeah, I know the town that you're from.
I know where that's from.
Yeah. And he went to Penn, I think, for undergrad.
Okay.
And then Drake, obviously, for law school. And anyways, I don't know, somewhere along the line, he decided that, meat and potatoes was
a bad thing.
was terrible, and the best thing to do was just eat the craziest weird food that you can come up with, and then talk about how awesome it is all the time. And he'd always just bring this smelly shit to the legal clinic.
Oh no.
And he'd be like, "Hey man, you want to try some whatever?" And I'm like, "No,
It's actually a vegan dish that they take the sponge between some...
it's got all these It's like he shop at every kind of weird neighborhood ethnic grocery store that he could come up with, and
trying to find just the
trying to find the right concoction for his potion, whatever the hell it was. And man, dude, I tried one thing once, and he was just like, "Oh, it's not that. It's like a pastry, basically." And I mean, it was edible, but
not great,
not something I would repeat. And I won't say that I have a sophisticated palate by any means, but I'm not opposed to trying stuff that smells good. You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
Yeah, if it looks appetizing, if it smells good, I'll be all over it.
And I like Indian food. I mean, I've been to some Indian restaurants. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's it's some sort of bean or chickpea or something with some different flavors, and it's tasty.
Yeah.
But I lived with a cat, so it would have been my P3 year, my third year in pharmacy school. After my second year, all my roommates moved out, so I had to find 3 more roommates in my to keep my house.
Okay.
Which was sweet. It was $350 rent.
Yeah.
It was 4-minute walk to the pharmacy school.
Sure.
not a good house at all, but location wise, it was great.
Yep.
Off street parking, and so I found these cats that were 2 years younger than me, I think, or a year younger than me. It was Alejandro Diandia, Sodiq Ogunaike,
Okay.
and Kiba Kamara,
Wow. Like the United Nations, huh?
and Andy.
Andy.
The token white guy. And Alejandro, he was half and half, from Sioux City. Sodiq was from Chicago, originally from Nigeria, but I mean Chicago boy.
Okay.
And then Kiba Kamara was like straight off from Gambia, which is on like
okay.
the west coast of Africa.
Sure.
And Kiba made the funkiest smelling stuff.
Oh yeah.
He would make, like, on Sundays, he would make peanut butter chicken stew.
Mm-hmm.
He'd like get a stew pot, put like half a jug of peanut butter in it, and water, and then boil chicken into it and boil it down until it was like a stew, and then put it over rice. And he'd eat that all week. And then on like Sunday, he would go get like fried chicken from KFC. Loved it. And then one time he went to the grocery store, which is like this ethnic market, bought this fish. To this day, we don't know what kind of fish it was.
Yeah.
We refer to it as stank fish.
Yeah.
And he just tried to boil it up in water to cook it. And our entire house, I got a text from my buddy Alejandro. He's like, dude, I got home. I took 3 steps inside the house, ran back outside, and puked in our bushes. And our house smelled for 4 days.
Oh, jeez.
Of this just rancid fish
that's
stew
awful.
that he baked and cooked up.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
Mark yourself safe on Facebook, even though you're nowhere near the emergency. Yeah.
Okay, I've seen a lot of those.
Yeah.
A lot of those.
It's all good, man.
Thanks for worrying about me.
Yeah.
I'm 600 miles away, but I'm safe.
We're fine.
Take one 40-minute tango class. Be the worst in that tango class. Now teach every first date from here on out how to tango. Nice. Now walk home with radishes. Have the greens poking out. Stand tall and look mindful, even though you're addicted to porn. Come on. Now close your eyes. Say fair enough.
Fair enough.
Now
Oh,
you
yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough, man.
That's the thing.
Fair enough.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. We're just going to have to.
Agree to disagree, man.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're doing the grad student shuffle. Come on, let's keep going. Name an obscure dish. Then say an unexpected place where
Yeah, this is classic.
they make it best. Believe it or not, the best tikka masala of my life was in Phoenix.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, dude. That's pretty clever, huh?
That's very clever.
Yeah.
I know that. I mean, I've
You've run into that before.
I know
Oh,
these
yeah.
cats. Yeah. Absolutely know them.
Hey, good. Now get hard when your professor bumps a cigarette off you. Nice. Call yourself a community organizer, even though you're not in speaking terms with your roommates. Good job, David. Do community acrobatics in a very public setting, blocking foot traffic access to a child's birthday party. Now tell me about you. Mark yourself safe on Facebook.
Anyways, yeah.
Knock over your clean
Clean the canteens. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's lugging their bottles of water. I mean, I'm still doing it.
Oh, I do. I normally do.
Yeah.
Ooh, is that metal one?
This is a Contigo, though.
Oh, the
so,
Contigos.
Yeah, it's metal.
I bought a non-BPA plastic 40 ouncer off Amazon.
Uh-huh.
And so I drink 3 a day, sometimes a little more. Keeps you nice and hydrated.
Yep.
And that's a goal for the new year.
Yeah, drink more. Everybody needs to drink more water.
Drink more
that's
water,
for sure. Yep. Yes, indeed. Oh, we could do the undecideds quick. That's a good one.
Yeah. Especially timely. I mean, we got
Yep.
2-3 weeks till the Iowa caucuses
Yeah, very true.
here in Iowa. You can caucus. You can stand in a room and be super disorganized. And
So this is a KCCI video, and it's 25 minutes long, as you can see.
that's long.
Strangely, they have like a good 10 minutes of just awkward setup time in the video
Where
that
they're doing something.
where they're like hooking up microphones, and Pete Buttigieg is here making small talk with people. And that was more interesting than the substantive discussion, I would say.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
But I mean, this is like a news station that they make their living off of producing edited,
Yeah.
nicely presented material. So why this stuff is in there is beyond me. I don't know. Maybe it was something that Buttigieg requested. He's like, "Hey,
Let's
show me being candid," and
maybe. I
You
mean,
know.
that sounds like a political maneuver.
could be.
Okay. I'll be retired as of
Video
Thursday.
allowed.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kevin says.
So we'll do a couple
Okay.
days here, back home.
Good to know. We'll bring her down. a little
Thanks,
bit.
Vin.
Yeah. See if this is any better. Ugh.
And then I imagine back out here before.
Plus, they're
I
setting
haven't
up the
looked that
coffee.
far into the future. But lots of lots of Iowa in my life.
Because I've not done it, and then it's fallen, and crack, the batteries come out. And it's like, uh-oh.
Look at this dweeb talking to Pete. I was born in the hospital just down the road. St. Luke's. I
Did he
never left.
Did he say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
because Pete goes, "There's a lot of Iowa in my life." I think, and then it looks like he asked him, "Are you from here?" And he goes, "Born in the hospital down the road." And look at him; he's totally like celeb nerding out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, this guy's been on the real TV,
Yeah.
not local
Not Des Moines
cable.
TV, yeah. My theory on Pete Buttigieg is that he's like maybe 5'5" or something. So,
Yeah.
because like every TV commercial I see, they've got him like, filming from
under.
below and stuff. And
Yeah, I don't know how tall he is.
so, yeah,
It'd be interesting to see him next to Trump.
I feel like he's diminutive in stature.
Project Ion Fangirl wants to know, is Pete the gay? Yep. He's a gay male.
Yes.
Gay man. Married.
He's a gay man and a gay journalist.
Clunk.
One thing I love is the fact that you like wear the type of outfit where it's the white dress shirt. I guess I'm kind of like, I just always love seeing that. So without the jacket, I always love seeing it.
more these days, but I'm holding out, at least during the holidays.
And Pete's like, God, this guy's way gayer than me.
That's a big stool they got Pete on here.
Coffee would be great. I think I had something to hold it. I just didn't think to bring it. That'd be great. Thank you.
Isn't this ridiculous?
Yeah, look
though?
at this guy in the back. I like the guy in the green.
The
in
green
back.
shirt, yeah. Just like, yeah, I'm a roadie at KCCI.
Roadie at KCCI.
Getting stuff set up, man.
Setting it up.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, look at her. Look at her. Looks like she's got
It's everybody's grandma right here in Des Moines.
She's just
Back in the Eisenhower administration, I tell you what.
Before we get started.
this guy.
He's enjoying himself,
Just a
I
little
think.
Dorcas.
Yeah, he is a little on the dorky order.
Yeah.
Well, it helps to have a team that propels you along, so you don't have to figure out too much of the coming and going.
So I think the premise here is that all these voters are undecided, so they haven't picked which Democrat they're going to vote for.
You're telling me that the guy with the tie here doesn't know damn well that he's voting for Pete Buttigieg?
Well, at least that's the front they're trying to put up. Let's just put it that
was
way.
his front to get to meet Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, but Pete Buttigieg. Okay.
That's a lot, especially we're a year into it now. So it begins to.
Try not to look at him too much. Oh.
And I'm going to wrap this around you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's weird. Like the sound is kind of fading in and out of people. I suppose they're messing with faders and
Probably.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Behind the in the
Labeling.
control room. Yep.
Do you take like one event sort of at a time? And it's like, okay, what's next?
I do, David. I kind of have some sense of what's on the table.
I have a pocket, right? Yeah, here and on the other side.
Anyways, skip ahead a little bit. Yep, more awkward setup time than this.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then the news starts.
So, yeah, anyways, I think, at
Interesting.
at
So,
like
like
the
10
11-minute mark.
The actual news broadcast
Yeah.
starts. That's interesting that like they would put that out.
Isn't that bizarre? Yeah, I can't
'Cause
figure
you can't
out why.
imagine like with programming slots, you can't imagine that it was like that on the TV.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, I think it probably started here like this.
Right.
Yvette Muhammad is the Director of Outreach and Community Partnerships at Creative Visions.
Which would make
She
sense.
lives in
Yeah, they
Des Moines
got
and is a
all their-
mother to
But then
8
they decided to go with something a little different for the internet.
Hard to figure.
Any good
man.
comments?
If I can
Wonder
get
if
my
people-
mouse to work.
Troll Casey.
Is there a part 2 to this? There's a lot of time at the beginning that's just a still image and prepping for the interview. It looks like the second half is missing.
Love Pete so much.
I hope this country's lucky enough to have him as a president.
Oh my goodness.
He's the only real choice. We need a strong visionary president who can still be going strong in 2024.
Shot fired at Bernie?
Yeah, maybe Bernie and Biden. Combined age of 270.
Yeah, ish.
Ish, yeah. That's all right, man. Nothing wrong with being old.
No, old people are smart.
Sure, as long as you got your wits about you.
Yeah.
What does it take to be president? Look who's there now. So the reality is no one knows what will be in store for the new president. Who will win the Senate?
Who will win the House?
So many variables that could be waiting.
Is that important to have a resume that is years long?
Histories of good and bad decisions.
Or a fresh person full of promise that is actually is intelligent, very respectful, and integrity.
There's a lot here. Well,
oh, yeah, he needs to stop.
Yeah, Jim.
Show less.
Calm
Jim.
down, Jim. Seriously. And then,
Thumbs down him.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Nice.
See you later, Jim.
See it, Jim. Get
Comment
off our radar.
sucks. Okay. Well, he's asking all these rhetorical questions, but yet he's just like
There's no answer.
Yeah, and then he's not putting question marks there. Who will win the House? So many variables. Is it here? Like, here's a question: is it that important to have a resume that's years long? Period. It's like, seriously, dude. Guess he didn't go to grad school.
Heh.
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 Heh. Heh. Okay.
You got a D anywhere in your degree, brah? Missing the D, Jim.
Alrighty. Well, speaking of school.
Oh, tell me this is ELC.
No, unfortunately. So I can recall from. I was in Des Moines for a couple of years.
Yeah.
When I got started in elementary, and because I had Carol Fettern for kindergarten, and the old story was that I just laughed at all the other kids crying because they missed their moms in kindergarten.
Because your mom was like...
My mom was literally right next
in the
door.
building? Yeah.
Literally, seriously, next door, yeah. I was like, these other kindergartners, a bunch of bitches crying for their mommy.
So we had to go to... come over to Lincoln?
I didn't believe that was the case at the time, but they probably shipped me out. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. Never thought of it. That's kind of a weird realization to have live on the air, but anyways. Yeah, so they used to do this, like, they'd sing "Our School is Cool" over the intercom
Okay.
In Des Moines for some
Yeah, I
strange
don't remember
reason.
that.
Oh
From
yeah.
Lincoln.
Yeah, I don't recall it happening at Lincoln ever. It was probably a Des Moines thing, but it was this horrible kind of like 50s our school is cool, you know, like that. And I discovered this just kind of combing through the weird corners of YouTube, and it's not the same song. It's creative liberty taken by a couple of enthusiastic teachers, I think.
Oh, man.
So get ready to cringe.
Okay, first off.
So we've got...
I love when, like... when this happens. So these guys, when they go to the bar to look cool, they're you know, wearing normal people clothes. When they gotta look cool at school, they are all of a sudden like early 80s sideways hat wearing pirates on the right.
Yeah, no kidding. They're like straddling the fence between, do we want to be like a, you know, Run DMC, Beastie Boys ripoff, or weird kind of pirate people. Yeah.
And that's something I think that's unique to teaching. Like, you know, like in the pharmacy world, you know, we got our dorky stuff. I'll have you play a song here in a little bit. It's from the Farm G's.
Yep.
They're a bunch of Farm D rappers.
Okay.
That's kind of fun and super dorky, but not like this kind of dorky.
Not this
like,
level?
No, it's like, you know, that's, I don't know, some serious.
Yeah, it's this major dorkage going on here.
And this was what it was like when we were in, what was it, 7th grade, where we had the teams.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have to do your team cheer.
Oh, God. I hated that crap,
and
man.
then they dance around to the freaking Can't Stop Thinking About Tomorrow song.
Yep.
No.
No.
It's not cool. They're trying to be, I'm hip, I'm cool.
It's like, they're having a meeting or something. It's like, how do we reach these kids? How do we reach these kids?
Project Iron Fangirl staying with us.
That a girl.
She said maybe he's hot for Pete, about the kid in the tie.
Probably.
Not a homophobe, but Pete will never be press. Agreed.
Yeah.
And then right now, just, what the hell's this?
You just wait.
We're trying to figure it out. Let's see it.
You just wait. Let's go. Yeah, look at the microphone, right?
Oh, dude, look at the guy running the AV system. He's got long hippie hair too.
Oh, yeah.
Sunglasses indoors.
This is definitely like he's running an open mic or something.
Yep.
And bring the PA down to the school.
Oh.
I was so professional.
And then all the laughs are from other teachers.
Yep.
Never from the students.
Yeah.
Always just other teachers laughing.
Yep.
Kyle knows all about this. Like, this is Kyle. On the right. It's a reggae jacket.
Yeah.
It's a Bob Marley color. It's like Jamaica colors.
Yeah, it's like a Jamaica tracksuit. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
The sashes are throwing me off.
I don't know.
So, spoiler alert, they're going to start rapping. So,
absolutely. Yeah, look at that hat.
But the sashes, I mean, what?
All right, it's Snoop Doggy. We go.
Whoa.
Have you beatboxed before, Andy? Are you familiar with the
Better than
with the
that.
craft?
And
yeah.
I'm real bad.
Yeah.
I'm not
yeah.
great. But
I mean,
and then the hand signal. The hand down, y'all.
I mean,
I got more funk in my left foot.
Yeah, for real.
And she's so happy.
Yeah.
She's just in her element right there.
This hurts my insides.
Yeah.
Our school's cool, that's what we say. Our school's cool, say it every day.
And he's like choking.
He's already getting a frog in his throat from 10 seconds of beatbox.
The high school crew is doing everything that the teachers do? Was that what she said? So I know they're British. It's kind of like Ali G.
Yeah.
West Side's the best. East Side is the best. Booyakasha.
Oh, no.
And I love Ali G.
Mm-hmm.
He's Sacha Baron Cohen's funny.
Yep.
These guys are
cringy. This is not funny. Yeah, this is just cringy.
Working together, the power of our dreams. All the school community working as a team.
Oh, man. Oh. All right.
I can't take any more.
All right, a little more. A little more.
A little more. Deep breath.
Mrs. Alexander's in the garden growing food, building a new playground for all you young dudes.
Oh, she's got the wave now, the Flava Flav wave. Oh my goodness.
We got a hothouse, a pool, a garden too.
I like how it just quits beatboxing
whenever she talks. It just grins at her.
I think we're really lucky. I do believe it's true. Our school's cool, that's what we say. Our school's cool, say it every day. Our school's cool, that's what we say.
Oh, that's a good pause.
I demand that this be performed at the next pep rally by our very own Kyle Grams.
Kyle Grams. I will beatbox for Kyle
Yes.
Grams if he does this.
I'll make a beat with my gizmos and stuff
Just
around
making it
here.
go boop, ba-doo,
Yep.
boop, boop, ba-doo.
We'll sample this guy going burp, 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 burp. And
man.
Yeah.
I think that would really get me pepped up.
Oh yeah. We'll definitely win the big game with that being performed for everybody.
I don't get. Kyle never likes our ideas.
I know.
And I think, I just want him to embrace his dorky teacher side. 'Cause he's still trying to be cool Mr. G. Yeah. And I want him to be just like ultra dork. Like.
So, speaking of, like wearing inappropriate stuff for your profession, you were talking about the pharmacists have their stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And a fellow barrister told me the other day about a tie that he has that, like, it's a holiday tie or something.
Sure.
That I think you can press on it and it does jingle bells or something.
Okay.
Well, he was wearing it in court and it was a contested hearing, of course. And
no.
Around the holidays, and he leans up against the table and it's like
and there's no way to stop it.
And yeah, you can't. And it's just like, how court can be where it's like you can hear your own pulse practically, and it's just a horrible ticking
Judge is
of the
like
clock.
looking at something important.
You hear some papers being shuffled or something. And it's oh man,
dude, how pissed would you be if you were his client when you were paying hundreds of dollars an hour, and homeboy shows up with a musical tie that goes off at your hearing? I mean, is that grounds for like a mistrial? Like,
I doubt it.
Requesting
but,
new counsel? Or...
I mean, who knows? Maybe it kind of brought levity to a tense situation or something, but still, it's like, in judgment for the state, you're going to jail, Oh, well, I heard jingle bells earlier.
Oh, T2. No, I hadn't heard that, Tony. Tony commented, hey, did you see the OK Boomer was mentioned in the Supreme Court?
Oh, really? No, I hadn't heard that. That's cool.
Also, Jimmy, did you see the rulings about partners in law firms not being considered employees?
Oh, no, I don't know that ruling, but employees of the partnership or of each other or
of the law firm, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. So would they be independent contractors? I mean, technically, our physicians aren't employees of the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
They're employees of their own separate entity, and the hospital contracts to them.
With them, yeah.
Yeah, they set that up years ago. It's wonderful.
Does
for them.
each doctor have an LLC or something?
I think there's one big LLC that employs them.
Okay.
And I'm not sure what the benefit is. If it's if it's a liability thing or
probably because
if it gives them bargaining power or something.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that all works.
Well, they can probably throw their money together collectively for malpractice insurance would be my guess, but
apparently John Roberts said, "Okay, boomer," during questioning in an age discrimination case. Yes, Roberts. Chief
hilarious.
Justice bringing it down.
Yeah, man.
That's wonderful. I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, I would definitely look that up.
That's super. Oh, hit Google search Boom Intervention Farm G's.
Boom Intervention.
Or on YouTube.
Oh, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the dorky. That should get you there.
Okay.
Yep.
The top one?
Yep.
Okay.
So these are my people.
I dispense drugs and hip hop. Give me a bills list drug so I can make this beat drop. 5, 10, 15, 20. Counting by fives and making big money. Tablets, capsules, cream, and injections. Even got the drugs to help you with erections. Straight up hustle, charge mad dispensing fees. With pharmacy gangsters
call us the Farm G's.
Love my rhymes, they just can't wait. This rap's more anticipated than JNCA. I kick it most nights with good makeup.
That's funny.
And all the things they're bringing up are like all
inside pharmacy jokes.
Beers list.
Yeah.
They said, give me a beers list drug so I can make this beat drop because beers list is a bunch of drugs that you don't give to old people because they create fall risk.
Sure.
A bunch of it's dorky in its own way.
Yeah, sure.
But it's not like dressing up like an early '80s rapper and going
right. That was pretty bad.
Ooh, yeah, that was rough. I seem to remember though when they had those teams, because I think were you in Helmer with me? Was Helmer's your homeroom?
In 7th grade? I had Lily Jensen, I'm pretty sure.
Or was it 6th where we had the teams and the dorky stuff? I feel like it was 7th.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't know though.
But I kind of remember that in 7th grade.
Because I feel like I distinctly remember us having one of our monthly rallies of the teams and the points and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And Claudia Doty, who was the oldest teacher on that age group.
Yep.
Dressing up like an early 80s rapper with like a sideways cap and like overalls on and pretending to be a rapper. What's up? Yeah, big papa poop.
Yeah.
Hugging like Sharbs, you know.
This is clever. That was pretty funny, and it's not bad either. Like,
no, they did all right. All right. I found that during pharmacy school and brought it into class one time.
Yeah, I've seen a few law school rap deals,
similar stuff.
Yeah, same thing. It's just all goofy lawyer jokes that nobody would get besides lawyers.
Right.
But,
yeah, and that's all this is too. Same thing.
That's funny.
Bunch of farmers.
Do you want to hear more of it, or
no,
you want to move
I'm
on?
good.
Okay.
We can move on. I just wanted to compare Kyle's profession's dorkiness to my profession's dorkiness because he's not here to protest.
Let's do Epstein, the autopsy stuff here.
All right, T2. The federal appeals court that covers Iowa rules that law firm partners are not employees of the law firm and therefore not protected by federal laws regarding discrimination.
Okay.
I think it's basically an age discrimination
matter. Okay. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. So the Epstein thing, they had, I think they've come out with different autopsy stuff here.
Yeah.
Maybe a few more photos. And have you seen any of that stuff?
I haven't.
Yeah.
Not a lot of, a little bit here on there.
Reviewing
conspiracy.
all the autopsy photos, reading the autopsy, and looking at the photos from inside the cell, we still have questions. What we do know is that Jeffrey Epstein is dead.
No doubt.
And he did not kill himself.
Yeah.
Fingerprints of the body in the morgue matched the fingerprints that were taken of Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, was that ever in question? I mean, I don't recall that being an issue.
It wasn't a big issue, but it was somewhat of a conspiracy.
Like he's not actually dead.
Eddie Bravo doesn't think he's actually dead.
Okay.
Yeah, Eddie Bravo thinks he's living it up on some private island or something somewhere.
Well, okay. What I mean, For that kind of conspiracy theory person, though, like no amount of evidence is sufficient because it's always whatever. If there's any gap at all,
well, yeah, they're lying to you.
Yeah. So
Okay.
how do you overcome that? Yeah.
Right.
From when he was booked in Florida. How long does the autopsy typically take from beginning to end?
Normally, about 2 hours, a routine autopsy.
We spoke to multiple pathologists for the
great.
story.
He
Yeah.
looks
They
like a
all-
pathologist I trust, though.
Mm-hmm. So is this? I think
This is supposedly
supposedly
inside
the
his
cell.
cell.
Yeah. So I thought that the story was that he managed to hang himself from somewhere in the
Right off
the
the
bed,
bed,
or like maybe
and
on the
like that he
ladder
was leaning or
something.
Yeah.
Which, because I mean, even if he was an average sized man, you'd assume that he would be quite a bit taller than
correct
this bunk bed system here.
But I think the idea was that he was like tied and then leaning forward or something.
Right.
Like so his body weight would strangle off.
Uh-huh.
And you'd end up dead at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah. Which seems to me to be weird.
Well, it seems to me that your body would kick into like survival mode.
Yeah.
And you would just stand up normal.
Yeah. Right. And like, if you were like, say you were tied on the rung here or something like that, and then you'd have to have some amount of slack of noose with the sheets or whatever that he used in here.
The only
Like his torso, I mean, my question is like with him, even if he was sitting down, like trying to hang
Right.
himself, would there even be enough
And
space to
I mean, it's
pull
hard
that
for
off?
me to believe, and maybe this is just me being optimistic about my desire to live, but even if I was in that state where I was like hell bent on committing suicide, I would think that one's body would automatically go towards no, don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why people take way too many pills or do something where they pass out and then they die.
Yeah.
Or they hang themselves from a place where they know they're not going to be able to like grab something, pull themselves
Yeah.
up. You know.
Right.
I guess that, that's just my fight or flight thought.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it
guess-
seems sensible to me.
I don't know.
Right.
But
Well, the conditions here, I mean, I don't think it's an overstatement to say that a person would really have to work to kill themselves, and that's probably where you're coming from and the same issues that I have with it. That,
Mhm.
it just doesn't seem like it's very plausible.
All pretty much agree on one thing, that without knowing the position of the body, the way that Jeffrey Epstein's body was found, it's almost impossible to determine the cause of death with any certainty. Knowing the position that a body was found in is a key piece of evidence in any death investigation. And in
Yeah.
this case, we don't know how Jeffrey Epstein's body was found.
Why?
Yeah.
Why do we not?
That's a good question.
Was he immediately tried to be? They tried to
Revive
pull
him or
down and try to
something, or
revive him, or
maybe I don't. Hard to
Oh,
say.
Yeah.
But if he was DOA, you'd think they'd come in and take
all the pictures.
all the pictures. Yeah.
Right. Like, holy crap, we messed. Or were they like, oh my God, we messed up?
Yeah, and people are freaking out.
Don't have that information. So if this was called a suicide without all that information, it was a premature judgment.
Dr. Michael Bodden is a forensic pathologist who was hired by Mark Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein's brother, to look into the death and to kind of investigate it for the family. The autopsy reveals that Jeffrey Epstein had petechiae, which is burst vessels. Dr. Bodden says that's a key indicator that somebody's neck was compressed and that you see it more in a compression than you do see it in a hanging.
So what's that mean? So there was like bruising and stuff around the neck or
Yeah,
something?
but it'd
or?
be like really superficial.
Okay.
And so, but to me, I guess, and this is where forensic pathology leaves my wheelhouse.
Mhm.
Why is this wrapping hand around the throat? Why is that different than compression via a bed sheet?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, unless you can see clear finger marks.
Yep.
And it's not one contiguous circle around.
Right.
I mean, then I can kind of see it, but otherwise, compression's compression.
Yeah. Yeah, and then allegedly, without knowing the position of the body, how do you know anything about. Yeah, so pretty wild.
We know from the autopsy that Jeffrey Epstein had a number of other injuries. There was an injury to the back of his neck and had it.
So that's bizarre.
That's bizarre.
And then the injection
The
thing.
injection's bizarre.
Very bizarre. Yeah, so.
Unless, and I don't know if they've released what medications he was on. Like maybe after his first one, they put him on some antipsychotics, and then they.
Yeah.
But even if you're doing a blood draw, I mean that.
Well, and that looks pretty fresh too, eh?
It looks super fresh.
Yeah. So.
And there's no, and it looks like it didn't do a great job. It looks like it's going to be some bruising, but the bruising didn't set in.
Yeah, which would indicate that it was maybe even super
and not
fresh,
like 3 days before. Like my theory then would be like, okay, maybe they put him on these antipsychotics and they had to do a blood draw to make sure his lab values were correct.
Yep.
Things like that. But to me, that looks like something that would bruise.
And if they did do all that, like if that was the reason why they injected him, like maybe that day or something, wouldn't they have that information?
They'd have that record.
Yeah.
That record would be available.
They
and supposedly this is unexplained.
Yeah. Pretty weird.
An injection mark very clearly in his arm. We don't know what that's from. We don't know if that happened at the hospital or if it's something else.
Do
Epstein looks like the host of this show, Sunglasses. Holy cow, Project Iron fangirl. Ouch.
Yeah, that's a little rude.
Thought you were our girl. Thought you were our number one fan.
Yeah,
calling Jim and Epstein.
That's I mean, it's probably aging me by what? How old was Epstein?
60s?
60s.
I don't know.
So you add 30 years to me, I guess. Huh. I take more offense at that than the pedophile stuff.
He's got way more hair than you do, too.
Yeah. No doubt. I think maybe you've got cataracts or something, fangirl.
Well, she was having...
We just don't know because we've not been able to get
Not saying
medical
that's a bad
records
thing.
from inside the
No offense, but you look like a pederast.
Yeah. Oh, funny. Anyways.
Oh, here's where they're explaining the throat.
Hyoid bone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what, your like voice box area roughly?
Essentially,
Or
yeah. Yep.
Okay.
3 fractures of the neck bones.
Dr. Bodden's key reasons for being suspicious about the death of Jeffrey Epstein is the broken hyoid bone and thyroid cartilage.
Tell me about what we're seeing right here. What are we looking at?
Here is the jawbone, the jawbone of the mandible, the lower bone in the.
Is he pointing with a pipe? Because that'd be
and-
bomb. I wish he was pointing with a big old Sherlock.
Yeah.
Like, and then this is how
Yeah.
Underneath that, at the bottom, are the clavicles and the breastbone, where the muscles insert. The red are all muscles. The hyoid bone is a small bone here, just above the Adam's apple, which is the thyroid cartilage.
here.
Okay.
And in Jeffrey Epstein's autopsy, there were fractures of the left.
There's his bone.
Okay.
Badass.
Huh. So they hacked all that stuff out of him, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
The right thyroid cartilage, and the left hyoid bone, all requiring different kinds of pressure and positioning of the noose, of the ligature.
One of the pathologists we spoke to.
So would the argument there be then that somebody was like, changing up how they gripped him or something,
or since those bones, they're deep.
Yeah.
Or that like 2 thumbs. So if you're coming at somebody like we're digging down straight in.
Pushing down, like trying to close his windpipe. Yeah. Huh. So, yeah, like if he was like what you postulated, like leaning somehow against at an angle away from the
bed,
then the pressure would maybe be in the same area, but would it be?
But it would be uniform.
Would it be in the right way to? Yeah, I mean, you'd think it was if he put all his weight on his neck basically and like leaned forward.
The force would distribute around.
Yeah, so
not be concentrated.
Yeah, you'd think maybe I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you'd think it would like Then why? How did he get something on the back of his neck? Then because they showed that he had like some kind of contusion or something.
Right.
On the back.
Unless maybe when he finally passed out.
Yeah. I don't know. Very bizarre.
There's so many red flags in this.
Well, I feel like this is the one where everybody's like, what? You know, I mean, this is so blatant.
This is silly. This is not right.
Yeah. And yet the official narrative is suicide.
Yeah.
Which is.
And it's funny because the left says that the right had him suicided because they're in power and control the justice system right now. The left or the right says
the left
the
had,
Clintons had him suicided because they suicide everybody. Yeah. So, but both sides were friends with this creep.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's pictures of this dude with all of the oligarchs.
And like everything else, it gets politicized in one way or another.
Oh yeah.
Classic. Well, we'll get
Absolutely
a little bit
agree
more.
With Dr. Bodden and says, yes, that's very suspicious to have all three of those bones broken, the cartilage broken. Another pathologist we spoke to wasn't as convinced and said it doesn't necessarily indicate homicide. The doctor...
Okay, so they've got some
so 2 versus
disputing
1, but
opinions,
even the one that says it doesn't necessarily indicate, saying something doesn't necessarily indicate isn't saying... No, it for sure couldn't be.
Well, yeah, and we don't know how the question was posed either.
Correct.
So, I mean, maybe it was just some like hypothetical, like, does the broken hyoid bone guarantee homicide? Yeah, and then
well, no, because sometimes which makes
so it could have been something like that. So hard to say. It is interesting.
I do love like you said, that this is one where everyone's just like, what?
Yeah.
Every possible thing that could
Seriously.
be wrong with this whole picture
is
wrong with this whole picture.
You have like 25 failures within the jail between security cameras
In
and
like
the guards
5
are
hours.
asleep. Yeah, in this window of time. And like the jail guys are asleep and the cameras don't work and they lost the logs and
And they were guards that weren't normally there.
Yeah.
They're subs or something.
It's crazy. It's just an insanity. But anyways.
I still like our idea of everyone getting a conspiracy. I think all 4 of us should dig up our own.
And then
whichever one we feel most passionate about.
Present it to the
and
class.
Just argue the hell out of it.
Yeah, man. I like that idea. Could do a conspiracy.
What's one of your favorites?
Series. I like the Kennedy one a lot. That's
super interesting.
That's an interesting, and I've seen videos and that kind of thing, and I don't know how I feel about it exactly, but
I got some questions.
Mm-hmm.
I got some questions on that one.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, Senior, I guess Dad had some story about, like, I think it was maybe Bill Leonard or somebody of that ilk that like went to he was like
down in Dallas.
Yeah, and he was up in the window, like looking out. He was like, that was no problem. That was no shot at all,
Right.
So
that sounds like Eddie.
Yeah, that was all.
That could be Big Eddie.
That was all he needed to believe the Warren Commission, but that doesn't necessarily.
That's a very small part.
That's a tiny part of
it. Tiny little part.
Yep.
When you talk about bullet trajectories, piece of crap rifle he bought from Sears, like a mail order rifle that was awful.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen Jesse Ventura, personal favorite of mine?
The governor of Minnesota.
I love the governor. The governor is.
When I was the governor of Minnesota.
So he was a SEAL, or before the SEALs, he was like a frogman, and he was a sharpshooter.
Yep.
And he couldn't pop off. He couldn't even work the slide that fast.
Yeah.
And this guy, was a Marine, a former Marine that
he
flunked out,
fired off a bunch of rounds in 5 seconds or something.
Yeah. And bullets. There's a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Kennedy would be a good one though. So there's a lot of information.
Yeah.
There's a lot of verifiable information.
And people have been conspiracying over that one for decades.
Picking across. I love the moon landing.
Oh,
the faked moon landing one is a good one, because that's one that Eddie Bravo is passionate about.
Yeah, he's convinced that they didn't go to the moon, I suppose. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. That's just fake as hell, and he knows it's fake as hell, and so that's why, because he knows that NASA lied about that, he knows that the Earth is flat.
Flat, sure.
Yeah, because they lied about that, so why wouldn't they lie about everything else?
Yeah.
And then he asks people if they're married to the ball.
Oh.
Like, are you convinced it's round? That's you married to the ball, Alex Jones. I told you a little bit. The folks, there's a great Rogan podcast where he brings Alex Jones in, and it's after him and Joe had a big tiff or something, and they're kind of burying the hatchet, and Eddie Bravo's there, and they get Alex Jones so worked up, and he gets going so fast, and he pulls one of those, what I call the Ben Shapiro move, where you say a bunch of things that, okay, that makes sense, okay, that makes sense, okay, that makes sense, okay, what?
Yo.
Like we know that they went to the moon because the technology was there at that time, but then they saw green lizards and wait, what?
Yeah, they rattle off a bunch of stuff.
That's true. That you know is true, and then just boom, hit you with some he knows that the elites are actually just vampires that are sucking the youth out of the children to feed the transdimensional aliens. They look like elves.
Well, who doesn't know that, right?
He knows it. And
yeah, I've watched that, at least part of that one where it was
it's like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, and
it's real long.
I mean, I've got a decent attention span for that kind of thing, but Alex Jones wears me out after a while.
Oh,
he just is.
He is.
And then, I mean, Eddie Bravo's he's amusing to me in spurts, but I can't take him for very long either.
No.
So the two of them together.
I do love it when Joe shuts him down.
Yeah.
Because Rogan just kind of lets those two do their thing,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'd be like, "Wait, you know this? Like, how do you know this?"
Right.
And then Alex Jones always goes, "Well, it's declassified. I can send you the books." And Joe's like, "Well, I'd like to read the source material."
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like that celery experiment, man. You just you making assertions and stuff, and
yeah, that was an interesting one. Kyle never chimed in on that.
Yeah, I was hoping
Science
our
teacher
other
Kyle.
The other science mind in our friends group would
about
rail in because
red dye 40.
Oh yeah, that could be a conspiracy. I mean,
red dye 40.
I don't know. Is there any
there are
evidence to suggest that stuff's bad, or
there are folks who will come in who say they're allergic to red dye. It's not, I don't know. To be fair, I don't know the primary literature on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's super bogus. Because, the things that have the red dye in it, if you try a version that doesn't have it in it, it has something else in it. Like I want to see a clinical trial that is controlled.
Yeah.
Where red dye is the only difference,
mm-hmm.
and what the reactions are, because these intolerances or allergies to it vary a lot.
Sure.
A lot of people say that it makes their children behave a lot worse.
Uh-huh.
And so for kids that have ADHD and these developmental and behavioral problems,
give them a Gatorade.
Give them a Gatorade that has
off the wall.
Has red 40 in it, but you give them a blue one, they're good.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of confounding factors there.
Yeah, right. It's like, did the kid get a full 8 hours the night before? I mean, yeah, there's a gazillion.
And it's
variables
miserable
to
for
it,
me
yep.
as a pharmacist when someone comes in with a red 40 allergy or something like that, because then I have to try to figure out if it's in there.
Yeah.
So then I got to get out the freaking book, and then they don't always have to list the inactives on the drug monograph, and so then I got to contact the company, and I got to.
Is it? Well, and this is just a guesstimate, but I mean, with a lot of things, it's in tiny amounts, like you'd have in cough syrup or a Gatorade or something like that. Not a big deal, but if you ingested a whole crap ton of it, then maybe it would be a problem.
Correct.
It could be something like that. So
no, these are These are tiny, tiny.
Yeah,
amounts,
I would think the amount in anything that you'd consume would be not enough to.
And it's not enough to kill your salary.
Yeah.
That
was so dumb.
That was so dumb. Oh, I'm convinced. Yeah. So my good buddy Trev it was my friend Kyle turned me on to this subreddit called Insane People Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You seen that at all?
No, I have not.
So there's this great one. It's a Rich Davis or no, is posted by someone on Facebook with the name On Par at Golfer Girl 2018. Says, or no, okay, that was a repost. So it's a repost within a repost of this lady that says, I am not anti-vax, but I understand why some people do not want those chemicals in their children's bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I think instead of chemical shots, the doctors should give a small piece of the virus so the body can build natural immunity, like the chicken pox play dates we had as kids. Which, for those who live, different lives, that's a vaccine.
Yeah.
That's what we do. We don't give a random, uranium-18, and then you're all of a sudden immune to smallpox or something.
Oh my gosh! Wow, that's a good one.
And it's a great subreddit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe we could check that out some other episode. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea. Like I don't like vaccines, but what we ought to do is just kind of like
you clip a little bit out of their DNA,
cut the legs off the virus,
make it so it can't work,
but they can still like build up their immunity, and then somehow expose it to the kids' immune system, so that way they can safely build up.
It's a novel thought.
Nobel
Prize.
I think it could change the world.
It could change the world. Salk would be rolling in his grave.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So this fast food one, this is essentially people freaking out at McDonald's and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like customers.
Yeah. So this is it's one of those public freak out compilation type deals.
I went through a real big long phase of watching. I love public freakouts.
Okay.
People are just insane.
Yeah. I like kind of parsing it out line by line to analyze how stupid everybody is in the situation. So I'm hoping that's what we can do here.
Let's check it out. All right, so we're at the drive-through.
Yep.
Someone who likes drive-through.
And they've they're doing vertical filming, obviously, with their phone incorrect, but whatever.
But they're already started vertical filming, so they know that
so
they're in the right.
They're already mad.
They're in the right. They're going to document it and send it to corporate.
Yeah.
I'd like an explanation why I couldn't buy biscuits and gravy with my mobile order. That I'd have to go back around when I've added stuff to an order before at this McDonald's because I.
Oh,
we're starting off hot here.
So this person placed a mobile order,
which I didn't know you could do at McDonald's.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Glad I'm not mobile ordering McDonald's on the reg. Apparently this person is. They've done it before.
So I think what is happening here is they mobile. So I suppose if you mobile order, it probably just charges your credit card or something straight away, and the transaction's essentially already complete. So you just show up and they hand you the food.
Right.
So she apparently has tried to order something else
once she gets
in a
there,
separate transaction,
and then do another transaction,
and they wouldn't let her like go through
around.
the thing.
We'll make it a new transaction.
So
because otherwise, she just cut in front of these people in line.
Yeah, and they're jamming an order in there, and
yeah.
So yeah, I could see that because there's the times I've been to the McDonald's drive-through, there's like a stage to it where you go say your stuff into the thing, and you're talking
and then
over
you pay.
and then you pay, and then you pick
you get your
the
food.
stuff up. So there's like an assembly line process too, and they probably process the orders in lineal succession
so they don't make mistakes.
So they don't make mistakes. So then like this would throw a wrench in the works.
Well, and I'm guessing you probably bypass if you order on mobile. You probably just go up to the place where you order and you say, "Hey, I got mobile order 38582."
Yeah.
Okay, drive up to the second window.
Yeah.
Like bypass the payment window.
Right.
But I want a biscuits and gravy.
Yeah.
Add it on.
And she's done it before, so therefore it's okay every time.
Yes.
I work right down the road. And I can understand if y'all were loaded with freaking people. But I mean,
Your order was finalized like
Yeah, no, I wanted to purchase them with the order.
But the order was already paid.
But we wanted
I know,
to
but
make
I
a
wanted to
separate
add
order.
it as a separate order, and I would pay cash. And he told me I had to drive all the way back around to do that.
Yeah.
What a stunning inconvenience to get your biscuits and gravy.
You gotta drive around.
You got to
Take a
drive
lap.
around the building and then sit in the line again.
Dude, we do that at the pharmacy. If your stuff is not ready to go and there's someone behind you, we say, okay, hey, take a lap. We'll get that ready in the next 5 minutes. And I mean, if there's no one behind you, no problem.
Yep.
But if there's people behind you, that's how you keep things going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. So this must be hubby in the passenger
Yeah,
seat.
waiting for him
filming.
to chime in.
Because he said, you said that.
So this poor, probably
Manager.
like 18 years old manager, has got to deal with this angry Yeti in the
For $13
car
an
for,
hour, $12 an hour.
whatever, getting barked. Biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. My manager said you would have to. I mean, I come to this Donald's all the time. I work right there.
I come to this Donald's.
She does. She's very well versed in the Donald's.
I mean, I come to Donald's all the time, and
I work right down the street.
I don't understand what the relevance is. Like, I guess maybe you're arguing that you're a good customer.
You're a preferred customer.
But does McDonald's really?
They don't have a loyalty point system. do
Yeah,
they?
I don't think there's any
They're
kind of like caste system for customers.
Well, I'm sure they got their regulars.
Yeah.
It's me, Marv. You know what I get.
Give me the usual.
2 number ones.
And I mean, and then like, let's take a giant step back here. What are we talking about?
Biscuits and gravy.
Horrible, just barely edible biscuits and gravy.
Driving around
from McDonald's.
What? 200 yards around a building?
Yeah, tack 10 minutes on your
Not even.
trip.
Guarantee
yeah.
you it doesn't take that long. That
So,
gravy's hot.
Yeah.
They just...
Yeah.
Down the street, never had that problem.
Never.
Ever. So Candace... I'm not trying to scream at you. I'm sorry. It's just aggravating. It's very aggravating to me. When...
Hey, no.
So now the
here comes hubby.
Yep.
Coming to rescue.
Mm-hmm. And the so okay, whose side are you on here?
McDonald's.
The McDonald's side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Almost universally, I am in these type of situations. Just because usually the patron who's freaking out is doing so over something that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And then B, these people always on the public freak out, it's not at a bank. It's not at a place where people are making a decent living.
Seriously.
It's
yeah.
where people are getting crapped on.
Yeah.
By a giant corp that's making billions and tossing out pennies and pittance to the folks
Yep.
that are actually working pretty hard.
Yeah.
I mean, the work's not super brainy, but they're working.
Well, and what's the transaction for too? It's just like calorie rich, poorly, bad nutrition, crappy fast food that you're buying for what, $10 or something.
Right. Walmart's another one that's always featured on these public freak out compilations.
Yeah, everything always happens either at McDonald's or Walmart.
This whole situation is rude because we're the customer.
He shouldn't have said...
So
I hate this.
Yeah,
The
I
customer
hate
is
that too.
Always right. Horseshit.
Yeah.
The customer is rarely right. I get it. You're paying for a service, but you don't get to always dictate that service.
Yeah.
And when you're being a dick,
well, the point of the transaction, you as the customer offer your money in exchange for this service. So, that's the deal. So, like, here they've already paid for what they got.
Correct.
And they're making this argument about why they can't
get
more and have a separate transaction
and budge in line.
And I mean, that's That's really where the issue. That's at the heart of the issue. I would say is
And yes, you may be a customer, but you're a customer based on the rules of how things are run.
Yeah.
At an establishment.
Right.
If it's McDonald's or if it's a freaking steakhouse, you can't just walk into a packed steakhouse that takes reservations saying, "I'm the customer. I'm sitting over there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do it now.
And I'm
'Cause
right.
I'm the customer and I am right."
Yeah.
No, you don't get to do that. There are rules, man. This is not Nom.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that line pisses me off, too.
Said that to us.
You didn't have to say that to you. I'm
Okay.
really sorry about that.
Okay, can I get
Yes, you can.
them?
You just like scream at me and made me like really upset. I've been doing my job.
I understand that.
You're cleaning.
I understand that.
You and
Well, then I would say that the problem is inside your store there.
Okay, well then.
No, it's the
No, man.
The
problem is in this car.
The problem is that you're having a cow about stupid biscuits and gravy from McDonald's. You don't need them.
No one does.
Nobody needs them.
does.
And I can see from the silhouette here, from
Yeah, there are shapes.
Yeah. We've got some round people in this car for sure. So really, McDonald's is probably doing you a favor by saying no, you don't get biscuits and gravy because
you didn't follow protocol. You got to drive around.
Yeah,
They're
you-
not making you walk.
Yeah. It's like, tell you what, I'll give them to you for free if you can do 20 push-ups. 20.
He needs to be told that you can do. I mean, we didn't want to like add it on to, you know what I mean? I was like, can I order them and
We
pay
asked
for
him
them?
twice.
And he said no. And I asked him twice.
Yeah, you can purchase something else.
And he said no. I'd have to go drive all the way back
Yeah.
around and order it.
Okay, so here's another point that I hate because I've been in the management type position. And especially here, they always have new employees.
Mm-hmm.
And that new employee may not
have
have
run
known,
into this situation.
may not
before.
have run into
Yeah.
this situation. How many people are adding to their mobile orders?
Right.
Because if you're placing a mobile order at Mickey D's, like you probably have that on favorites.
Yeah.
And
Seriously.
you're like, oh, I get my huge, boom,
Yeah.
done. And yeah, dude, and it's another guy, could be a 15-year-old kid.
Probably. Yeah. Chances are. Yep.
And these are grown adults.
Yeah.
That are doing this.
I
Always.
know.
Always the grown adults that are the worst.
Yep.
Ugh. Oh, give it to me more.
And we reiterated our question, and he said it for a second time.
So what?
Again, what are you adding to your
like?
And I would love to I would love to be that person.
Andy, can I get more biscuits and gravy?
No.
Hey, but so you're telling me I can't get any more biscuits and gravy?
You'd have to drive around.
But I just reiterated my question, so why wouldn't you then change your
answer.
position? I asked the question twice.
There was a reiteration. That means you must change your position.
I thought that's how I waved my hand like the Jedi, It's like, these aren't the droids you're looking for.
He said, no, my manager said you can't do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, here we go.
Yep, back at
Oh,
Walmart.
This poor girl.
See, that's so rude to.
I hate that. Asking this girl to get doxxed.
And then put him on blast for. Did you see that thing on Twitter? It was a Target. It's some guy. He's like a fairly well-known troll or something, I think. But he went to Target and they had a toothbrush for sale for like. They had it mismarked or something for like a penny. They had it. Anyways, so he goes and tries to buy this fancy electric toothbrush for.
But no, it
for
says it's 1 penny.
Yeah, that's what he's
False
trying to
advertising.
pull. Yeah, exactly. And he was trying to make that argument, and they wouldn't. They're like, "No, you're an idiot. It says like display case or something, or
Someone stuck a sticker."
And he's like, "You're not following Massachusetts law. It requires that stores and blah blah blah." And he put all this blurb, and he took a picture of this poor girl that like wouldn't sell it to him, and he said, "I'm calling the police, and I'm suing Target, and I'm suing everybody." And it got ratioed so hard that it was just like,
what do you mean ratio? Oh.
Like, you know, the replies to the amount of like, so everybody was just slapping him around. And they started a GoFundMe for the girl that he
for her legal
doxed.
defense, or
Well, it was to send her on a vacation.
Because she got doxed.
Because, you know, and they raised like $15,000, $20,000 or something, you know, in a blink of an eye. And
Right.
people are having, I mean, the guy is such a jackass. And like lawyers and stuff were commenting, it's like, see me, I'll take the case for free. And the code section that he's trying to cite here doesn't even apply to this situation. And
which is,
you know,
it never does.
No,
it never does.
And anyways, it was a terrible look for this dude. But I think that's sort of his stock and trade, is those kind of situations.
Schemes.
Yeah, I mean, it's just slimy sleazeball stuff. And
Jesus,
I just wish somebody tried to do that to me, because
just smack him down.
Oh man,
with your words.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't gotten into that situation before. I mean, depending on the circumstances, I probably wouldn't care that much, because my name's all over the internet anyways. You know, I mean, you don't have to dig that hard to figure out who I am and where I live and stuff. I mean,
No.
and trust me, I don't call the police, but I don't call the police. And
That's right.
Governor of Minnesota.
Please call me.
But yeah, you know. So, but I hate the it's such a bitch move to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to even be videotaping the exchange in the first place is weak, personally.
Well,
I mean,
I'm gonna send this to corporate. I'm
Yeah.
gonna show them how you're reacting.
I mean,
to
okay.
me being a terrible human being to you.
Yeah,
And
more
you're
often than
expected to
not,
take it.
Yeah, more often than not, it looks way worse on the videographer than
yeah.
whoever they're trying to.
And I got a sampling bias because I'm always watching the freak out.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, ones where they want the person to be being ridiculous, but but I can't imagine ones that like you don't videotape and then go calmly and coolly. Okay, so here was my understanding of this
Yeah.
policy and procedure.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
Tell me why I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And no, it never goes like that.
Yeah.
It goes like, like this.
That's Toya. Failure of a thing. I'll just move back a bit. 30-day policies being lied to and all that fun.
What is this? That's upside down.
Upside down, apparently a Walmart return policy.
Yeah. Okay. So what? You don't get to return your
stuff,
huh?
One of the girls that were here that was dealing with me called me an idiot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's because you are an idiot.
Unprofessional business.
Professional
refusing
business.
to return this air mattress that doesn't even hold.
Okay.
Okay, so he's trying to take back an air mattress.
Uh-huh.
That doesn't hold air, apparently.
I suppose. Could be defective.
I'm guessing he slept on it.
Yeah.
And
Who knows what kind of nasty stains are on that
And
thing.
when you sleep on an air mattress, if anyone who has, for any amount of time, like an overnight, the rubber naturally stretches.
Uh-huh.
So when you get up, it looks like it's got a lot less air in it. Well, it
Yeah.
doesn't. It's holding air. It's just stretched out. So
Sure.
you have to add air to make it taut again.
Mm-hmm.
No air in it. So anybody that lives in the Hamilton Niagara district.
Oh, look at him. Yep. Put yourself on blast, buddy.
Yeah,
Look at
seriously.
that tooth gap. That's impressive.
Yeah. Nice little double chin
Double
there.
chin going on. See, that's why I keep this beard.
Yeah.
Beard till us hides secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him.
Oh, dude.
Fine specimen.
Yeah, he looks very neckbeardy.
Did he just call himself a business professional? Professional business?
Yeah, well, maybe, or he was like referring to when he got called an idiot.
Oh,
as being unprofessional.
unprofessional
That's
business.
unprofessional
Okay,
business.
okay.
Please do not shop at the Walmart on Barton. They're nothing but fucking frauds.
Oh man, got
So
her
I'll
good.
want my refund back, please. Not after getting called an idiot. That was unacceptable. Now I'm.
Was she the one that called you an idiot, or I thought it
No.
was somebody else? So what does this lady have to do with that?
Right.
Recording. No, I'm going to blur your face out, man.
Yeah, this is a bad side effect of the cell phones everywhere.
It really is.
Stuff because I mean you get these self-righteous morons all over the place who think they're it's the next deep throat Watergate.
is. I'm gonna blow the
the
lid
latest
off
thing.
Walmart.
Yeah, right.
Off of this $30 air mattress.
Yeah, if even man, like it's some piece of crap from China. Like I don't know.
T2 says we should get Brother Drew on with takes from Spirit Lake.
Oh yeah, Drew. I bet Drew could do stories like you can't
That would
believe.
be wonderful.
Yeah.
I'd love to have Drew sit down here and talk.
Yeah,
to us
we
for a
totally
while.
should. Because we had what's his name, Kevin's guy from the gaming deal,
Yeah.
Zach. Yeah, Zach was on. He used to work at Walmart with Rock On Steve and stuff, and he gave us a
excellent.
few horror stories of irate people in there.
Yeah.
Wanting their to return their pool noodles or whatever they
Here you
bought
got
at Walmart.
You got your $30 Chinese air mattress.
So, okay. Here's hypothetical here for you, Andy.
Okay.
You go to a fast food restaurant or something,
Yep.
and the order's wrong or, maybe incomplete or
Sure.
something. So let's say the context is you're in your car and you have somewhere to be or something. Are you going to go out of your way to go demand that you get your French fries, or are you just going to, bad luck, man. I just didn't.
No, I drive on. If I'm in the restaurant, I'm like, oh yeah, hey, I need some fries. Can I get some fries, man? Here's my receipt. Like,
yeah, I didn't get them.
I didn't get them. You
Right.
can see me sitting right there. It's all
Yeah.
fine. I don't think I've ever sent food back for it being wrong.
Yeah.
And I order no mustard all the time because I hate mustard.
Yep.
And it comes and it
Yeah,
happens,
you get-
and it's
it's
just a bad news. You
Yeah.
scrape off what you can and
It's just bad luck.
go about
man.
your life.
Exactly.
I don't have time.
The same is generally true for defective merchandise.
A lot of the time, yeah.
I bought a pair. Here's a recent one. I bought a pair of extremely cheap Bluetooth headphones from Walmart.
Yeah.
And the things just don't work. Like it'll hold a charge for like 5 minutes, and and it's just a crappy piece of junk.
But how much did you spend? I mean,
$10-15, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like, frankly, it's not worth the effort to drive back over there.
Try to find a receipt.
Try
you
to
threw
come up
away.
with a receipt that I threw away. You write this shit off and you move on.
to get another pair of the same crappy headphones
Right.
that probably aren't going to work.
Exactly. So, and I think that's how normal people operate.
I feel like it. I
You,
really
you
do.
pick your battles with this, at least.
Correct.
Yeah,
I mean, if I spend a lot of money on something,
Sure.
then you're justified because
Right.
it is worth your time.
Mhm.
There has to be a cost benefit analysis done, even if it's just an impromptu one in your head. Like, okay, this is
Yeah.
$100. That's some hours the X number of hours at work, and like worth my time, and I
Yeah.
really need these, and
Sure.
yeah, okay,
Yep.
Then
And
go through the hassle.
You make sure you get treated right. Well, and here's another example. I bought those guitars from Germany about a year ago, and I had the one. It was functional and everything, but it was kind of screwed up, like and it was my own fault. I was trying to adjust there's a thing that goes up and down the guitar neck called a truss rod.
Yep.
And it's essentially kind of a tightening, loosening apparatus that you
Sure.
can use to kind of offset the bow of the neck to compensate for the string tension.
Mhm.
And anyways, I was messing with, and the components are probably not it's not like the best metal in the truss rod.
Right.
And I rounded off the little socket for the Allen wrench on the end of the thing just because I was torquing it too hard and
Stripped it out.
stripped it out. Yeah. And it was,
Happens.
it happens, and I screwed it up, and it was my own fault, really. And I emailed them And I was just like, do you guys sell replacement necks for these? Because it's a bolt-on neck, and I can just swap it out. It's not that big a deal. I
Right.
screwed mine up. It was my own fault. Here's the problem with it. And they wrote back, and they're like, take some pictures of it. And I showed them, and I'm like, it still works, but it's just blah, 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 blah. They're like, we'll just send you another one. So I'm like, okay, fine. So,
Cool.
Yeah, now I have 2 7-strings.
But it's because you were not a dick.
Yeah, I mean,
you were asking for replacements.
Right.
You weren't asking for them to replace the whole damn
No,
thing
yeah.
because it wasn't their fault.
Yeah, right. I mean,
And they're like, okay, this guy's legit. He's a nice guy. Let's throw him a bone. And
I think that's what happened, you know. I mean,
you catch a lot more flies with honey.
Seriously, yeah.
It's always been that way for me.
Yep.
Like, working in the retail space at the pharmacy, you know, you just be nice.
Yeah.
And people are more off than not going to
So true.
go, you know, catch a lot more flies with honey than
Yep.
vinegar.
Oh, yeah.
I hope this guy's burger when he went to the
Yeah,
McDonald's
we wanna go
next
get that
door
lady
is wrong.
Over there, her name too. The one that called me an idiot.
She's a chubby girl.
Oh, this is a good one.
Ooh,
So
is this a Target?
This is
Kinda looks like-
the context here is, I think they're in a church.
Okay.
And apparently what I gathered from watching this the first time through was that the girl that's videoing here is scantily clad and also overweight. So
Okay.
this lady,
Thinks it's just atrocious.
you know, they're in church, whatever. Maybe there's a dress code, maybe not. Maybe it's, you know, doesn't
Well, isn't
jive
her
with
dress
the.
kind of see-through?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, look up by her name tag.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
not.
So, anyways, this lady takes issue with the way this girl is dressed.
Okay.
And there's quite the meltdown coming here.
She's got a dress on that's appropriate. It comes down to about top of her knees.
So you're sitting here calling me fat?
Oh, you don't think you are?
No, because I fucking love who I am. I'm sorry. No, get the fuck out of my face.
I don't have.
Ooh. We went from like 0 to 60 right there.
Ooh. So you're calling me fat?
You don't think you are?
That was kind of a zinger.
That was a major zinger. And then she goes into the body positivity mantra of "I love who I am," which I am not opposed to that whatsoever. I mean, everybody should take pride in the way. I mean, like you should have a minimum level of okayness with yourself. I think
I think that's mentally healthy.
and that's a good. However, I think there's something to be said for
real
you know,
life.
like being introspective and objective about yourself enough that you're like, well, you know, I could improve in XYZ, or
Correct.
I need to eat healthier, or I need to exercise more.
Absolutely.
I mean, like that's a constant day to day with me where I'm thinking, you know, it's like, I don't need this candy. I probably shouldn't be eating it, but
it's delicious.
You know,
and
it's
right
delicious, and you know, I'm already whatever. So
Yep. No.
I mean,
I'm with you there, dude.
yeah. And it's but it doesn't mean that I hate myself.
Correct.
Either, you know, I don't go to bed crying myself
But
to
you
sleep.
can't just be like, I love who I am no matter what. I can never improve.
Yeah.
On this wonderfulness.
Exactly.
I'm a masterpiece.
So, yeah. Yep.
And don't swear at me like that.
I don't give a
I do. That's your problem.
Ooh.
I do give.
Oh, you just swore.
Turned it around on her. So, I think the video girl isn't really helping her cause by having the super emotional reaction
No.
here.
You gotta just zing this broad back.
You know, I mean, yeah. Like,
Say, do we live under Sharia law? Like, am I required
Yeah,
to be
there you
certain?
go.
You know, that's where I would have busted it out.
because I want to be against this lady because I
really do.
You know, without being able to see the video girl, I don't know. I mean, maybe she isn't wearing pants or something, but I doubt it. I mean, she's probably
She went
just
to church and was probably a little bit skinny.
yeah, you know.
Which is fine. You have no business going up to somebody and saying, "Oh my God, how can you wear that in public? You miserable hippo."
Yeah, right. I
You
mean
know.
that's ridiculous, and I want to be against this lady for that reason.
Correct.
Because my hunch is that she's just being an old fuddy-duddy, and
there's a lot of duddy in her footy.
And so, but the girl spazzing out so much
doesn't
makes it hard for me to kind of get on her team here.
Right.
Obvious. Don't come back on that stage with those shorts. I'm warning you.
Who are you? Who are you? Who?
You can read my name.
I see that, but who are you to tell me what I'm supposed to do? No, get the out of my face!
Quit swearing at me.
Get out! I am 19 years old and I can do whatever I want.
I'm grown. Who are you, Auntie May?
I'm a seasoned veteran at this life thing.
I've been around.
I've been around for 19 whole years. I know a thing or two.
I would have loved if she would have said 19 and a half
Yeah.
or something
I'm
like
19.
that.
I'm 19 in 3 months. I've seen some shit, man. Who are you to talk to me?
You remember 99? I do.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't, because
No,
I wasn't
don't.
born yet.
It was baby, but
Yeah. But that, like 30 days after 9/11, man, I was born.
I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
I was, a 8-month fetus at September 11th.
Yes. Okay. Bye. 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 Because.
Oh, see, I hate that too.
Yeah.
I hate when you throw down the childish stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
And you kind of get in that like autistic feedback loop thing where you're like, bye, 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 bye.
I know you're, but what am I? It's nonsense.
And I don't like this lady. I don't.
I really
just
want
looking at her, I don't like. But she's the one that kept it cool here.
She
you
did.
know?
She did.
So I got to give the round to red dress, unfortunately. But whatever.
Guess what? I've been recording this entire thing, and I will show my parents that I will never come back to this church because of how much you are disrespectful. You are so disrespectful.
Oh, nice. Now taking it out into the public.
It's like she's got to call the deacons.
That's right.
And the elders.
Elders, assemble.
Yeah, she blows the conch horn. I need elders over in the women's room. Right quick.
We got short shorts.
These shorts are way too short.
Way
for the
too short for the Jesus.
stage. Yeah.
Jesus doesn't believe in
The Lord
legs.
won't approve.
No.
And see,
Got
now
the hiccupy cry.
she's a blubbering mess
Yep.
in the bathroom, and she's got video of a lady being mean.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do with that?
She called me fat. She called.
And you're
She didn't actually call you fat.
No, you asked if she's calling her fat.
You walked kind of into the trap.
She said chubby,
Yeah.
right? She said a little chubby, I think, at the beginning.
Maybe, yeah. I guess, yeah. I think you're right.
But then the girl, the hysterical girl, goes,
"So you think I'm
So you're
fat?"
calling me fat?
Yeah.
You don't think you are? Zing. I mean, I hate to give it to her, but
I know,
because I don't agree with her.
I don't want to
but-
give the round to this lady, but I have to. She just landed more punches.
More punches.
Oh man, swearing. Let's see. We got this car one was lame. Let me see we got another good one.
That's in like a store, isn't
Yeah, that one was kind of lame too, as I recall. I don't know. That might be the last of the good content. I wanted to show you, if you got time for one more quick video.
I don't got anything to do.
There's a channel called Gas Station Encounters.
Oh,
Have you ever
I've
heard
seen-
of this?
No, but I've seen some good ones.
Dude, there's a... Let's see.
Oh, is this the guy who comments? He's like, "Oh, look at him
Yeah.
coming right in. Oh, I need a beer."
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I've totally seen this guy's
So,
videos. He's
the,
great.
uh,
I like the one where the guy steals the beer, and so the clerk like steals his car keys,
Mm.
and he comes back in to get his car keys, and he's like, "No, man, you got that beer down your pants."
Yeah, there's the one that I think is the funniest.
Blue Blanket Bandit.
This guy is like the most suspicious looking customer you've ever seen. I hate the commentary is okay, but he like overdoes it. So I'm gonna.
He always does
I'm
overdo
gonna turn the commentary down.
Look at the front door.
Yeah, he makes those noises
because it's annoying.
The way he does his voice.
Because we can watch it just and provide our own commentary here. But like, you know, it's funny when they actually confront him outside and they have the so I'll turn the volume back up for that.
Perfect.
So we're in a convenience
Got a
store.
supplier bringing some goods in,
Yep.
and this guy,
Look,
whoa! So he's
here comes Linus with his blue blanket. You know, isn't that the guy from Linus with the blanket
had
from
his security blanket in Charlie Brown. Yep.
He's
It all
got
wrapped
his
over his head.
Got his binky.
But you get a clear face shot there as he's walking in. Like, it's not like he's... I think that's his intent, probably, is to hide his face.
I suppose.
But he's not.
Like, not at all. And I'd be curious to know where they are, because, I mean, it's for sure the United States somewhere. But,
yeah.
I mean, I don't see a whole lot of guys coming in wearing a burqa. You know what I mean? Doing the usual erratic kind of
looking at
everything and touching a lot of stuff. It's like, oh, do I want the like?
Dude, he's acting
beef
tweaky.
jerky.
He's acting tweaky.
Yeah, he's
though,
he's
right?
tweaking hard. Yeah.
Oh man. I think he'd get some. Andy Schroeder used to work at the Pronto over at Spirit Lake. He had some great gas station stories too.
Oh yeah.
Because it was the 24-hour over there in Spirit Lake.
So you get that 4 a.m. goodness.
Oh, yeah, that good stuff. That good stuff.
Well, I think that's why Walmart isn't open 24/7 anymore
They're
in
not?
Spirit Lake.
Really?
Somebody was telling me that because they had too much of this kind of crap going on in the middle of the night. You know?
Sure, dude.
And they probably didn't have the staff to keep on top of the
loss
prevention stuff.
Right.
So people, it's just like a
free for all.
Just a free for all. People are raiding Walmart every night, grabbing candy, whatever.
Yeah, look at this. Okay, all right. Back to this stuff again.
Blanket just slays me.
I love it because, you know, if he walks towards the back of the store, he's going to look right at the security camera.
Yeah.
They always look directly into the security camera. And
see, you wait for see when he does a swipe here.
So is he looking for the
there he's
underneath?
Stuff. Yeah,
right
yeah.
into the back.
Well, I mean, because he is Harry Potter with the invisibility cloak, the clerk can't see him.
Well, and have you noticed though, always in convenience stores, on these things, like here, the aisles are angled, so the clerk who's standing there can't see him right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, obviously covered double on cameras.
Right. Well, and I routinely see those, what are they, concave or convex mirrors or something that,
Up in the
strategically.
corner.
So, like, you can see
Pretty
parts of
much
the store. Yeah.
Right. Well, and the guy that walks in with the blanket, you're going to watch a little closer.
Seriously, how many alarm bells would be
than
going
Andy
off?
and Jim going in to grab a soda and pay for their gas.
Yeah, and funny, and I went into Casey's or something recently after I'd watched a couple of these. I'm like, I wonder if I'm suspicious looking. I pretended I was, but I'm sure I wasn't.
We're not, dude.
I like to like to think I'm living on the edge, but okay.
Oh
yeah.
he was like flailing the cloak a little bit, getting a little Dracula action. I don't know.
Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta get in that just right spot.
Yeah, old Ron Weasley sneaking into Hogsmeade Village.
Ooh, look at this.
Getting the Twizzlers.
Oh, that guy's
Dude, you're not even stealing anything. You just
Seriously,
empty
like-
calories and sugar.
Well, and like $4.63 worth of goods.
I mean, like, I see this is like soup or SpaghettiOs or something over here.
Sustenance.
I mean, like, that's.
So if you're hard off.
Here's
and you need
ramen
to
noodles.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, you could steal the whole box of this ramen noodles, eat for like 3 days for the same price as these Twizzlers, probably.
And probably not get charged because they'll be like, oh, it's ramen noodles. It's 38 cents.
Yeah,
Like,
and you're starving.
Get the hell out of here.
Right.
Go collect 8 cans.
Yeah, come back. Like, go walk the ditch for 10 minutes and then bring the cans back in here and I'll trade you, you know.
I got a story about that. I'll tell you in a minute.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah. The hostess section.
Started to fall down?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Losing something down his drawers. But he's slyly pausing at the hostess display.
Very sneaky.
Yep. I wouldn't be suspicious of this individual.
No. Ooh, I like. Do I want a Twinkie or do I want a ding dong?
Even the blanket's a piece of shit. It's got holes in it. It's like crappy Afghan.
Well, it's a security blanket. He's had it since it was a kid, and Linus, takes it everywhere. It's his ratty nappy.
Oh no, dude, come on.
Back completely.
Like, what am I looking for?
Grab 3.
Yeah, you get some stuff, man.
Okay, here we go. Here's the cold items.
Yeah, you get some sandwiches or something. Yeah, you'd think you'd steal a sandwich if you're starving.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can see he's got a tally here. He's got some.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah,
nice.
He's got the sandwich, Ho-Ho's, Twizzler, Reese's. Ooh, is that a roast beef?
Oh no.
Yeah, putting that back. No, thank you. Anyways, it's more of the same here.
So he just creeps around the store.
Creeps around,
for a while. Oh, now he's in the back.
Yep.
Is he stuffing?
Look
it
at all
up
this
yet?
crap he's got.
No, he's just holding it in his hands. Oh, he's got 2 more candies.
Oh, now I better steal a Monster quick.
Yeah, Kyle needs a Monster.
Dude, your cloak. There you go.
Dude, they're gonna see you.
Yeah, man. Don't give away.
Like, you think they're already calling the cops?
I don't know.
I might.
So, okay. So he's maybe actually buying some stuff. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's a common technique, I think.
You got to buy some.
You buy a little bit, and then they're like supposed to not be suspicious.
Right.
So.
Can we? There's probably no audio yet.
Yeah. I know there's conversation when he goes outside. Yeah, here we go.
What's with the blanket, man?
Oh, this is a street card, not debit or credit. Yeah, don't take that. Yeah, he does it. No.
Oh, so here's the other thing.
No, never taking street card. Alright, well, that sucks.
So then he couldn't even pay for that stuff because he had an EBT card.
Okay, so there was no transaction.
Correct.
And
he
now,
goes, "Oh, this isn't debit or credit," and so now he just walks out.
Yeah, and he's
But
got
he's
the
still
crap
got,
in it. So
3 things up there.
Yeah, $5 of stuff, Twizzlers and some Reese's. Now here comes the.
All right, take everything out of your pocket that you just stole now. Yeah, you did.
Look at that thing. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, dude.
He's so high.
Yeah, man.
I watched you on camera. I have it on camera. You want me to call the cops? Take it out of your pocket right now. Don't come near me. Take it out of your pocket. That's it. I don't believe that. Take it all out now. I have cameras, so.
I apologize.
No, you're a fucking thief.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, well, good. Then ask somebody for fucking money. You're hungry and you're stealing Twizzlers and fucking Reese's?
Come on, man.
No, is that everything? Empty your pockets. Like, pull them all out. No, empty your fucking pockets. I need to make sure. You don't fucking come in here.
So, yeah, he's got.
He's got the meth marks.
Methamphetamine, yeah.
Pull this shit.
And look at it.
You know we don't take food.
If you look at his eyes,
Mm-hmm.
his pupils are pinned.
Yeah.
Card? A Okay, take the bag. Dude, let me see your bags. Pull up your fucking blanket. Hurry up. Empty your back pockets now. Yeah, I mean, come on. All right. Don't ever come in here again.
So, yeah. Pretty crazy, huh?
Oh, man.
Gas station encounters.
The Blue Blanket Bandit. Yeah. That's a great name for it. No, we had somebody that would come into the pharmacy and buy syringes.
Oh, yeah. You probably knew right what that was happening there, huh? Yeah.
Eyes were going different. Like, it's clear.
Mm-hmm.
Has never filled a prescription with us. I'm happy to sell syringes. Like, if they use clean needles, good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's better than Hep C. It's better than AIDS. It's better than infections that they can get. Like,
sure.
I'm fine with that. Harm reduction.
Mm-hmm.
Would always ask us if we had a bathroom right after they purchased the syringes. Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
We never have a bathroom then. You're not going to go shoot up in my bathroom.
Yep.
But I will give you you go do your thing.
Yeah, right.
But, like, saw them at Casey's with their bags of cans.
Oh, man.
Out wandering Esterville, Iowa.
Yeah.
You know, looking for can money.
Jeez.
And,
yeah, it's sad.
It is. It's very sad. It's a thing, though.
Yep.
It's even a thing for the non-drug addicts.
Sure.
My buddy Mason Sander, goofy guy, he would roll around Fort Dodge on his bicycle just looking for cans. George, I made like $6 last week.
How much time did you sink into it?
$6, buddy. I'll give you $6 if you don't cruise around looking for cans. I'll give you 10. You know,
funny.
It's just silly.
Yeah. Well, we're ready to wrap her up.
I've gotten to the point in Esterville where I don't take my cans in.
Yeah.
I have to go throw them in the Special Olympics
Yep.
barrel or whatever.
I don't want to deal with the redemption process.
No, dude, they're a 1-star place.
Yeah, that's true. Well, allegedly. I mean, yeah. I guess we redacted all the identifying information.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
I hear there's a bad redemption place around. But no, I just go toss them in one of those buckets they got at Sinclair or Hy-Vee. Or
give them to the puppies or the Cub Scouts or something.
Special Olympics has one.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely.
Had my change, so.
Oh,
yeah, man.
Good episode. We'll see you next time, everybody. Woo! All righty.